Correct.
Yes. Yeah. I spent 10 on it because I think I had it automatically or something from my original build.
So with
yeah.
the Genesis system, the way it works is you can't keep taking the same talent at the same price. It escalates.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So what does that? So does that have an automatic automatic mechanical effect on my character sheet? Now I've put it up to rank 2 because presumably
You could put it.
no. So
What
we'll
I
have to
would
do that.
do, or you could just use the
Yep.
same one and crank it up to tier 2 to rank 2. It comes down to whichever is easier for you for interpreting it.
Right, but it doesn't automatically apply the changes to your
No,
whatever
you
it
have
does.
to.
What do
You
you?
have
What's
to
the?
manually put in the effect.
So durable. Yeah, durable reduces the at rank 1, it reduces the result of a critical injury by 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it does it per. I think it does it 10 per rank.
Per rank.
Is that
Correct.
right?
Yep.
So now it's at 20. Presumably, it reduces it by 20. I would have thought.
Yeah, when you roll a crit, you'll have to remember to put in -20.
Yep. So
in that crit field before you roll.
One thing you can do to help remind yourself is click on the crit tab. I'm totally looking in your character sheet so I can see what you're doing.
So, yeah, do go for it, man.
So click on the second group of tabs, the one where it's character info, skill, weapons. Go ahead and hit critical injuries.
Yeah.
Because trust me, doing this will save you time of forgetting it. And you see where there's the big red button where it says critical roll offset, put -20 and then click outside the box. That way you just have it in there automatically so you don't forget.
So if a minus is in the minus on the minus key.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yep. You
not
typed
words.
it exactly correct. Yeah. And that way you remember for future settings that if you roll any crits, which it looks like you have a crit in there.
Yeah, I got a critical last time.
Oh, so you're going to have to get some medical to get that taken care of. We need a doctor. We need a Dr. Handy MD. As all of a sudden you see a picture of Dr. Handy fly by and then the slash Borderlands style saying Dr. Handy MD. So that'll help you not forget it. But yeah, for the talents, there's no automatic presets except for doing it that way.
Yep. Groovy. Well, that makes perfect sense. Thank you, guys. Super.
No problem.
Not a problem.
Because for the big brawler that you are, that is a good talent to have.
Yeah. We just need to find a place where I can work on.
Yep.
Well,
our last session was the kind of Thanksgiving one, wasn't it?
Before you guys left Harvest Hollow, you could totally have done doctorness if you want to do the doctorness. Because, we're going to totally off screen. You saved their community. They loved you guys. And you guys continued on in the wastelands. As the camera pans up and you guys are in the wastelands again. So if you want to do your medical roll, Aaron, tell me what the purple dice was for that critical injury. If you go back to crits, it should pop up for you. And I can set the difficulty for our doctor. So see how it has the two purple dice?
The purple dice.
Yep.
Yep.
So 2 purple is your difficulty. As I totally have to fill up the story pool. Only 1 point for me and 3 points for you guys. Okay, Dr. Handy.
Faded off into the sunset.
You've headed off in classic
Are you
Western
do this
Fallout
style.
Dr. Handy, do what you do best.
Let's see. I'm wondering if I should... Okay, so I got 2 yellow. If I use the story point, that adds 1 green to the roll, right?
If you're maxed out on yellows, yes. If you have still some greens in your dice pool, it'll turn a green yellow.
Okay, I just need to check my inventory real fast.
Dr. Handy is showing these people the miracles of modern medical science. of,
with his little
300
gadget
years ago.
hands whizzing around.
Does the med? Oh no, the med pack is field medicine. It does. Oh, it contains a full suite of surgical.
Yep, the med pack allows you to heal a crit.
So
normally, like if you were in the field with a first aid kit, you couldn't fix a crit, but with your med pack, you have the equipment needed to fix one.
Okay.
Because crits are
I'm
big
just going over
injuries.
the description. Okay, so using the med pack, I can add 1 blue die to my die roll.
Okay, I will add a blue die to your die roll. As you open up this shiny med pack, and all the villagers of Harvest Hollow are going, ooh, I never done seen a brand new bandage before. Usually we have to boil them after we use them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Everything
we boil them in Granny's pigs.
Everything is good unless you want to use a story point.
I don't.
You got
Should I use
3
a
of
story
them.
point,
Don't
guys?
be scared.
Gosh, you are such
Which
a
one?
And
I
goodness
mean,
is in roll 20.
they flow back and forth.
I am not. I'm not going to use a story point.
Okay, good call.
Cross my fingers.
There you go.
Hey, success and an advantage. So you totally can
Okay,
heal
so what
that
does that
crit. So Aaron, go
Mhm.
ahead, go back to your crit, and you want to hit the heal button. Make it go away.
Heal. Yay!
No crits for you.
Good call.
My other question here is it just through rest that we regain strain, or are there special rules?
So anytime you finish an encounter and you have like a breather, like to steal the term from D&D, short rest, the old school 15-minute short rest, you can roll a cool or you can roll a discipline. And for every success you get 1 strain back. As I was going to have you guys just walk off into the sunset big damn hero style, you guys would already be full on your strain will be zeroed out. So you'd want to be back to 0 in strain. And you each would have healed 1 wound from a normal day's rest. Because, of course, the town totally treated you like big damn heroes and partied with you the night before. She got good food, good drink, and got 1 wound back, aside from any healing that Dr. Handy wants to do. And remember, when
how wounded are people?
I do see some blood in the water here.
Yeah, I've got some, but it's relatively minor. But I don't know about the rest of you guys.
Yeah, I got 3 out of 12.
Because Toaster is a freaking beast.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. So who's still injured?
I've got 3 points.
Okay, you got 3 points of injuries, and
I've got 3 out of 20. So I am injured, but not as bad as you guys.
Okay.
And
you can make a medicine check on each person if you want. So.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just, but I assumed that there were certain rules about making multiple medicine checks against the same person.
So generally, you only want to do 1 medicine check, because with the Genesys system, if you fail, there can be consequence. So that can always be a bad thing.
Right.
So everybody is at less than half damage from their maximum wound. So it's a 2 purple roll, just to let you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again,
the crit
everybody
roll
can
separate
heal up.
from the heal roll, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Crit roll you can only do once per week, which is why building up crits can suck. Because, when you get 3 or 4 crits, you can only get rid of 1 at a time. And when you roll to heal it, you pick which more difficult or least difficult one you want to heal at a time.
Right. But he can roll to heal the crit, and he'll make another roll to heal
a crit roll
his
and
wound.
a healing roll. And for every
Okay.
success you get is a wound, and for every strain you get is for every advantage, a strain.
Okay. So I've administered medicine to Aaron's character.
For the crit, so you can still
So
Yeah.
you
do
healed
a medicine
Toaster's
for
crit,
his
so you can
wounds.
totally do a medicine check. Are you using your med
Yep.
kit for that blue
So let's.
dice? I'm totally leaving that in there for you.
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead and do a
That's the plan.
medicine as you bandage him up.
Okay.
Just see the Incredible Hulk being tended to by a little droid. So you basically, for
that.
him, would heal up one wound and 2 advantages that you could do for strain or something else. Usually it's something medicine
Strain's already
related.
healed, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Is that
Toaster,
to me or is that to David?
that's to you. So Toaster heals 1 wound.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
Okay,
puts
thank you.
one big band-aid
And
on your chest.
did Toaster take any strain damage?
At this point, don't
I
worry about
did,
it because
but I
everybody
healed
will
it.
be
Yeah.
recovered from your strain.
Yeah.
One good
so-
night of partying and the strain is all recovered.
Okay. Then I'm going to move on to Seth
Okay.
and do the same thing.
Hey, half the
Nice.
damage you've taken has been healed.
Yep.
Well done. You're good at this. You should consider a career in medicine.
And if you wanted, it looks like Parajet, while partying in town, did take some wounds. Is currently at two wounds.
Yeah.
Is the big man there?
Hello,
You there,
by the way.
Guntis?
It's good to hear
Hey.
your voice.
Hello.
Howdy.
Good
Hey.
to hear your voice.
I am Parijat right now.
Tell.
Okay, here we go.
Hey. There you go. Parajet is healed all the way up to 0 wounds.
Yay.
So go ahead and after a night of being taken care of in Harvest Hollow, where Parajet's been discussing, how the local leadership should be dealing with these things on a regular basis. Here's our card. Give us a call anytime. You guys are treated like kings and queens and happy droids. Given all the food and drink you want, and you guys get the camera pans out as you have a good time with this community that's all about making harvested nutrient foods from the earth here. And you're like, hey, we can totally talk later about setting up some trade in the future, hopefully. And then the camera pans down to the next day as you guys are slogging through the wasteland. Slog.
Right. So we are going to. Where did we say we were going to? We were going to go to.
And out of the happiness of
yeah, we
everyone's
were on the way to
hearts,
somewhere, but what's
you guys
that?
are on your way to the other vaults. Remember that you need to get replacement parts from.
No, we just keep getting sidetracked. I feel like we're in a certain video game where you take every little side quest.
And by the way, the community totally
Well,
threw
where are we
together 43 caps and a collection of junk for you guys.
Oh, junk.
I love junk.
It's a small pile of random scavenged items, a bent screwdriver, some duct tape, and a tin full of Abraxo cleaner. This was them being thankful to you.
Wow. It's good. Thanks. I love that.
I like it. And Parijat is immediately trying the cleaner on a spot of her dress.
Very good.
Mm.
Very good. So are we
I mean,
going
it
to
is
another
awful dirty out here.
Are we going to another vault first, or were we heading to a community?
So the mega plot you guys were going on to is to get to that other vault that conveniently Toaster actually knew about when he looked at your little
Yes, that's right.
rocket
Yeah.
diner mat. He's like, I have a map of that place, and it shows all the rocket diners going to the vault that you're looking for.
Yeah, but I think we were going to go via one of the communities because I've got a couple on my list here.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which one we were going to. I think we said it was. I can't remember whether it was Pope's Rest or whether it was New Prosperity.
Now the question is, does
yeah, I don't
Toaster
remember.
in character remember which one? Because he just said, I
No,
know some
probably not.
people.
No, we're just following Toaster through the desert or the wasteland, and we keep ending up at these weird places.
Toaster's very
Yeah.
confident.
Oh, yeah. Me, confident. This is confident place. This way. Turn left that big rock. Yes. Yeah.
Great.
Pile of skulls straight on. Yes.
I love skulls because there's only one of those out in the wasteland.
As there's a group of mutants purposely finding skulls and piling them up.
Great. We're wandering lost through the wasteland. Great.
No, Toaster not lost. No, exactly. Come on,
Yes,
keep
we're
up,
right.
little people.
Yes, we're right here, right now. Exactly.
Yeah, I'll press on. I mean, I know. I can't remember which one it is exactly we're going to, but you know,
There's some city in that direction. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know.
So give me
what
your
it is.
survival roll for going the right direction, and I'm gonna totally give you a
Absolutely, yes.
blue because you have a map. It's not
Yes,
much of a map, but
yes.
for your recollection, it is a map.
Survival, you say? Interesting.
Survival.
Okay. Tell you what. Let's.
And am I correct in recalling one of you guys has a Pip-Boy?
Yeah. I don't.
I have a stealth Pip-Boy. Yes.
So when Toaster is pointing the right direction, by the way, you are getting a lot of click, click, click on the guider counter.
There's a little radiation that way.
Yummy. It's warm.
Says the mutant who's completely immune to radiation.
Yeah. So do I just roll it straight? Do I?
Yep.
I don't add anything, do I?
Yeah, I've already got your difficulty set in there, so you just hit the little dice, and it'll do all the math for you.
Ooh.
So, is there anything particular you would like for your 3 advantages?
I think it probably time. I think I'd like to speed up the time if I can that it takes us.
So you guys, he points the way, and you go into this little canyon where you guys are all, hearing that little Pip-Boy, because I'm assuming the stealth Pip-Boys has the guider counter. Why wouldn't it? Everything is based on guider counters here.
Boy.
As your Pip-Boy is going
Pip-Boy.
tack, 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 showing you that in the shortcut he has, that it is definitely a higher radiation than where you've been normally. It's about a spike to about a 4 when you point your guider counter towards the valley.
Doc, do we be concerned? It's kind of getting high here.
I know that I don't have a Pip-Boy, but do I have enough medicine to speculate the risk?
You know, just as because you've been dealing with radiation sickness for people for a long time, that as long as they're healthy and their bodies can reject the radiation, your two human friends should be fine, unless they fail,
Okay.
and then it's going to be very bad. If you're curious, there is the handout in there for the there should be called Fallout Radiation.
Let's see here.
And it's going to be, just to let you know, in game mechanic wise, it's going to be a rating 4 radiation. So they have to make a hard resilience check to resist the effects of radiation.
Ooh. Wow.
Hard, huh?
So
I
what's
guess
hard?
my
Does that
question.
mean Go on, Neil. Sorry.
I was going to ask is, based upon my knowledge, is there an upper threshold that our Pit Boy could be used to determine if we've gone too far, or if we're approaching the threshold?
Pretty much, anything above rating 4 radiation is very bad for people.
Okay.
The area you're going is not healthy for human beings. I mean, technically, in
Right.
your little, repository of medical knowledge, 0
Mm-hmm.
radiation is the proper amount for human beings. 1 is like a
Yeah.
sunny day out on the beach that you're soaking up some rads, but it's not detrimental. To
Mm-hmm.
short-term life, it may be detrimental to long-term life. But going down this valley is going to be dangerous for your friends. I mean, if they
Yeah.
fail the check, it could
I
suck. And then healing
okay.
that,
I'm up.
you could totally heal it, but you never know.
Right. Okay. I'm going to be up front and tell my two human companions about the risks. Um.
You may never have children again.
You may be the last generation of your
But
family in the vault.
whoever has the Pit Boy is going to have to keep an eye on that. Otherwise, walking around this gorge may be the better option. Maybe the safer option.
Okay. Is there Toaster, is there a way around? I mean, this is kind of bad for us. I know you might not have issues. I don't know how your physiology is, but
Physiology. Yummy.
Does it set us back in time considerably?
Well, Toaster says he totally has a shortcut and he wants to go through that valley. It'll get you where you're going quicker.
How much
But-
quicker?
That's a good question.
I was going to
Uh,
say that's totally up to Toaster to say how much this he knows a shortcut is going to save you on time.
many minutes.
we'll save one day. But go around if too hot for little people. But long time.
I would prefer go than around.
I felt as well.
I concur with the science officer.
Yeah. Robot not like hot either.
Yeah, because my resilience is only 2 green with a blue because of the bulk suit. So.
Yes. Color resilience. Toaster like yellow.
Okay, so
Very well.
your squishy human friends don't want to take the shortcut you have, which, by the way, you failed on the survival check, so it's totally the wrong direction.
Yeah, I know.
And the
totally.
camera pans back as you guys, make Toaster sad, and he's just like, okay, fine, we'll go around. And as the camera pans
Fine,
out,
I'll just slump my shoulders.
you realize this canyon shortcut is actually a freaking nuclear crater that gets worse the closer you get into the center of it, because it's not just the blast radius that you were walking into that created these canyons. As you guys are walking around, and you seem kind of lost-ish. And who's on point, by the way? Is it going to be Toaster?
I think it's got to be, hasn't it? If I'm leading the way.
Or are you guys all
Come on
clustered
then,
up?
long way
I
round.
mean,
We're following his lead.
are you guys like all walking together as like a line, or are you, or you set back as an arrow point, Because if you're all together, technically anybody can do the perception check.
Yeah, I mean,
we're
yeah,
probably in a loose group,
yeah. Let's all
not
be
necessarily a
together.
formation.
So if
There's
you're in a,
something about walking in a straight line that I remember, but I can't put my finger on it. Something about hiding our numbers.
Ah, yes.
Very confusing.
Problem. Toaster's
But-
feet very big. Me
But
got
what
big
would
sandals.
we're fine. Who would be out here to hurt us? I mean, we don't know that. Everybody's been mostly good that we run into.
Yes.
there's just a
Except-
jerk at the store.
Yes,
And
people at the store,
and the medical facility, and the ghouls.
the ghouls, and
The
the
doctors.
giant,
It's like nobody's tracking us, so.
and big
Well, fine.
scorpions, and yes, and used car
Yeah.
salesmen.
Yeah. Oh, those evil people.
Yes,
Ooh.
Toaster hate used car salesmen.
So I would assume we're kind of a loose cluster.
Mhm.
You know, not a real formation, probably just kind of within a few feet of each other.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
somebody give
Why
me
not?
a perception check.
I can do that. I got 2 yellow, 2 green, unless somebody's
Oh,
really
wow. You rock.
2 yellow, 2 green.
good. Uh huh.
Good at seeing things.
That's plenty impressive.
I'm
Most impressive.
a cunning person. All right. Are you all set?
Yep, the pool is
Jim?
ready.
All right.
So you guys like crest a little dune here, and you realize, you look out and you see in the wastelands about a mile or two ahead that it looks to be what used to be, according to like the old videos you saw, may have been like a mini town or a neighborhood. But clearly
Mhm.
you can see from the direction of that canyon that's really radioactive a couple miles away after you've left it in the dust. The faces of the buildings that are facing that canyon are vaporized, and there's like only a back wall of each building left. So it literally looks like the old atomic testing when they show the buildings getting vaporized and only like the back wall away from the blast radius is left.
Mm.
And
So an old test town.
yep, an old test town. So that definitely gets your attention, but what really is getting your attention is you notice surrounding the remains of basically this cul-de-sac, it looks like, is a furrow of dirt that's been rode down like a game trail or a road that's well used by vehicles. And you notice an odd group as you kind of squint. You squint as I look to see how successful your success was. And you notice a line of possibly about 10 to 12. And at first you think it's people, so you kind of get you excited for a second. And then when you kind of squint and look closer, you realize that it's not people, but it looks like robots. And they seem to be wearing something on their heads that are shiny and like weird. That's what kind of, it looks like they're almost wearing something on their heads, like party hats or something like you did back in the vault. But they're
Yeah.
all old and messed up and
Is Wotan, is the VLC cult.
Like, do you know this town? These people look like they're robots and partying or something.
Oh yes, this is Party Town. We should go, have a good time.
and and for the record, Toaster, you know nothing about this place. You wandered
No,
off into a place
absolutely
you've
not.
never been. And
Absolutely.
when you look across there, Seth totally recognizes from the old magazines back in the bunker, back in the vault, that there happens to
Yeah.
be at the lead of this little weird parade is a Protectron,
Ah,
basically a big security robot with weapons. Totally
right.
bristling with weaponry.
Wow. Should be a safe town. It looks like they got one of those Protectron things that keeps the peace around here.
Is it a town?
Is
It's not
not the
really a
town we go
town.
to. Is not the town we go to. But we could go and speak to Robot. Robot friendly.
Really, I haven't heard anything about them. Do they have some fame of being friendly or not?
Oh
Oh,
yes. They love party.
I mean, if not party, why wear party hats?
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
just cake is hard to swallow.
do they see us right now?
They do not seem to see you guys or acknowledge you guys. And all of a sudden, when the wind changes, you get this whiff of like music. Kind of wafts your direction from them. Like maybe one or two of them is playing some kind of music on its speakers.
Hmm.
Oh, maybe then our robot can go and talk. But we will apply some caution. What do you think? Hide for a while to see.
Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a communications officer.
Right. Is music. Toaster love dance. And I will start to dance. I will start to dance.
Oh God. There seems to be a town celebration. We can join in. Let's see what's going on.
Is
Yeah.
is that the earth trembling very much from his dance?
Dancing. I'm terrible at dancing, but Toaster dances anyway.
And we see Toaster just like stomping on the ground. This is dance.
Yeah.
Big cloud of dust kicking up.
Toaster's tribe used the power of interpretive dance.
That's it. That's it. That's it. How we reproduce. God, how awful. Yeah. Okay.
It's a party place. Let's go.
Okay. I'm gonna start heading in that direction.
Okay. I
Yeah,
mean, especially since it is a new
in
place
beside 'em.
Toaster has never been before. I mean,
Yeah, sounds great.
as you guys are getting closer, you can totally see there must have been some kind of nice community here. Because, before a bomb wiped it off the map, you see like the occasional clipped, buried, rusted car that just goes crumbling to pieces when someone touches it. Road sign that went flying a few miles and buried itself in the ground. As you guys get closer, are you being stealthy or are you just like walking to see what's going on with this little caravan kind of group that's following each other?
I'm hiding.
I'm following Toaster. I mean, what could be wrong?
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
you're the most sensible one.
yeah.
Anyone who's
I
being
think it's best.
sneaky, give me a stealth roll.
Okay.
As
Difficulty?
Toaster, I've already got it in there for you. It's just one purple. The powers that be are not very observant or giving a crap about things happening at the moment.
No, I'm just
Something
stomping along, but I think whoever's being stealthy do the stealthy thing.
as you guys are hearing some
Yeah.
digitized music coming across,
No.
that's like do 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 do
Oh, wow.
do 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 do. So Parchet has beautifully stealth behind some cover and is like sneaking behind you guys, just a little behind. Take one strain for the effort of that one threat you rolled, because you basically dove for cover when the group brazenly are walking towards there. So, by the way, guys,
Good
don't
roll,
forget
boy.
to, on your character
Mhm.
sheet, zero out your strain, except Parjet, who's at one strain, and don't forget to have healed your wounds, because I still see some wounds on my screen. I may have to refresh. It's roll 20. It could be I have to
Because I still
refresh.
have one wound.
Yeah, we've still got some wounds.
Yeah, I didn't heal all the wounds.
Yep, but you
No.
should be all zeroed out on. You should be at 0 for your strain.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So as Seth and Toaster go walking up, are you walking to the beginning of this little, I'd almost say conga line of partiers, or are you going to like the middle or end?
Well, we don't want to interrupt the Congo, so gather in at the back end and dance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys go up to the end and you're hearing different bots are emulating the music that's going on as there's this digitized da 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 da, and you just see this line of various service droids, a couple of Mr. Handies. There's and they're just doing this shaking their thing dance. They've got broken limbs, and one guy's like hobbling on a stick that was shoved up his knee joints as a peg leg. And they seem to be oblivious to you guys as you walk up.
People are celebrating the new year, but I mean, I don't think it's that time. I haven't looked at the calendar lately.
Are
Based
you
on the
saying
music.
this to Toaster?
Yeah.
And as you say this to Toaster, this service droid, very humanoid looking, turns its head 180 back towards you, and you see that it's wearing glasses that say Happy New Year, 2801, as the service droid says, "Join the party. It's Happy New Year. All the town citizens are celebrating." And as it turns its head around, it steps on a skull that just goes poof, crush. The one skull that has not been squished over these 100 years of parade conga line.
Oh, it's old skull or fresh one?
A very, very old skull. As you guys look,
Oh,
now
good.
that you've slipped in the little, worn path that these droids have made doing the circuit for who knows how many years, you notice that there's like, every couple 100 feet, another droid that's just deactivated, broken, and malfunctioning, just laying in the side of the road, deactivated, covered with dust.
Look at this. Okay. Yeah, I'll dance along for a little bit. But yeah, I'll kind of, as we're going along the path, I'll have a bit of a look around and see if there's anything here worth, I don't know, exploring more. If
Ooh.
I assume the trail goes through and around the town, does it?
It
Or
does.
what's
The
left of the
path,
town?
it's the same path, obviously, they've taken many, many times. And it basically goes in a kidney-shaped loop around this, what used to have been a town and now is just debris. So go ahead and give me a perception check. as you're looking for something valuable on the path.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I'm like, seems like they might be stuck in a rut here.
Hmm.
Kind of like a old record.
Mhm.
Was that it?
You
Just get
seem a little underwhelmed.
So
Yeah.
you're kind of like, you're interested in the bodies that you see, that have been, put up there as parade observers. One point you're like, look at these skeletons. They are interesting. And as soon as you do, the droid in front of you turns its head back and you see some screechy sparks as it does. Its little servos haven't done this much motion in a while. And it says, don't deviate from the parade route. We don't want to disappoint the parade viewers. And it points towards this collection of skeletons that distracted you because someone put this like family of bones sort of together on chairs.
Hmm.
And what would you like for your advantage?
That's a very good question.
I mean,
I
there is a
wonder,
good
I wonder whether I can, if if I can kind of, I don't know, distract. If I think that the robots would get a bit pissy if we stepped off the path, but whether I could use the advantage to kind of distract them a bit more, so that if any of the other guys wanted to go off and explore the town without drawing their wrath, then I think that would be my plan.
Okay. So basically, you're giving a boost to anybody who wants to try to deviate from the path.
Yes.
You're being, nice and distracting as Toaster can.
Yeah, that's it. Because they're smaller than I am, so they're easily hidden, and they can have a good look around. If there's any cool stuff.
What? How many are there?
There's about 20 different robots of different make and model, all mostly in really crappy condition.
Okay.
As
Am I
he
seeing
says
any?
that, and you totally see 4 pre-war money bills go flying in the wind.
You see any living entities as I peruse the building?
From what you look, you're only seeing like
as we're moving around.
a couple timbers sticking up out of the ground here. Everything is dead. You may see maybe a mole rat pop up out of the ground and disappear back down like a meerkat would. There seems to be nothing here when they say town. As
All
very
right.
desolate wind blows through the few timbers that are still standing up, mainly because they've been carbonized. I mean,
I
if
kind
you
of
give me
whispered,
a perception check, I might be able to tell you more.
all right. Because, yeah, I'm looking as we're kind of dancing along, I guess. Looks like this party might have died many years ago.
And as a vault
Clearly.
dweller, you're totally picking up that this is a New Year's celebration like they did in the old world. You're like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
we had that same exact party hat back in the vault.
Mm-hmm. One, got to recognize the music, so. You ready for my roll?
Yep. Yeah, pretty much you know that this place was wiped off the map if there ever was a map.
All right. What's the terrain around where we're at?
What's that?
Hills, mountains, rocks,
There's,
trees,
there's a
anything?
few places you could use to take cover, but it's not there's no structures. There's nothing solid left.
So there's nothing shiny in particular that the guys feel is worth investigating. Right? Toaster done dancing now. Goodbye, robot.
I say we slowly dance backwards to get some distance and then kind of let it fade off.
Oh, okay. So you're telling Toaster we should take some steps back?
Quietly kind of keep dancing, but slow down really slow so we can build some distance and then kind of depart.
Get away from the crazy
Okay.
robots before they get ideas. So, with Toaster's advantage for a blue, one of the two of you give me a stealth check as you guys try to like fade off into the sunset away from these robots before they hijack you into the parade.
I'm 3 green.
I think
any
you may
better?
be the highest. I'm at 2 green.
What about
Well, you guys are still hiding, so
Yeah.
it's actually, I think it's just me and Toaster.
Me and you, is it, David? Okay.
You're not any better than 3 green now.
What for stealth?
Yeah.
Does
let me
Dr.
just-
Handy want to help mend these robots?
Um,
These poor servants of this community that have continued their job through all these years. It's kind of sad.
I'm tempted, but I don't think we have the parts to accomplish that goal with.
Yeah. All right. Your roll ready? Because I think I'm the highest there with 3, so.
Go on.
Okay. Dice pool ready, Jim?
Dice pool is ready. Aw, nothing interesting came on my upgrade. So, take 1 strain as you're just
That's
like,
pretty amazing. Yeah.
you guys have this weird tense moment like we need to get away from these crazy robots. And you
The party
guys,
is a stud, man.
you follow the parade falling a little behind, and then when you finally get to cover, you guys break from the cover. And are you guys wanting to leave the area? Because you totally can with that roll.
We make our way back to the other 2.
Okay. As you notice, the
Like,
caravan obviously did not notice you obviously malfunctioning and falling behind because you're not the first robots that's happened to.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. Looks like the party's kind of a dud and petered out like 200 years ago. It's droids are stuck in a loop, literally in a rut, I should say.
Yes.
So
Now
we
all
might want to
party
move
have.
on.
Yes, come on then. Nothing good there.
Any organic life is not present. So we may want to make a wide berth.
So, may I see that somebody of our party is going to the settlement, the village, or what?
It's just parts of buildings. So it's not
Yeah, it's
not
not
really
even
a village.
it's not even ruins. It's less than ruins. So,
Yeah.
do me a favor, my 2 organic friends. Give me a resilience check for the level 2 radiation in the area. These guys have spent enough time out there.
So that's David and Gunther's, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
The only 2 people vulnerable to radiation. And David, you have a
Ready?
Volt suit on, so you get a blue, right?
Yep.
I got your blue in there
Already
for
got
you.
it built in.
Oh, you
I
do?
got it
Never
built
mind.
in.
Okay, I'll take it out then. Perfect. Go
Yep.
ahead and make your roll. Okay, so we have a fail and 3 advantage. So, unfortunately, as the radioactive wind
Oh dear.
blows across the wasteland,
Oh dear.
Parjet's going to be suffering from radiation sickness. As all of a sudden, you guys get back together and you're just like, these droids are crazy. And Parjet just totally retches and just does the from radiation poisoning.
Oh dear.
So what happens to me?
So, you
It's a little green
currently,
around the gills there.
yeah, you feel a little under the effects of something you've never really felt before. So currently, you have radiation poisoning. It means
Oh
any
dear.
dice that you roll, you're going to have a black dice. And the effect is cumulative. So you have level 1 radiation poisoning.
Do I need to check anything here on my character sheet?
There's nothing to really check. You would just take note of it somewhere on the character sheet.
Don't go good, little human.
I don't know if there's a to write a note.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
just
put it in notes.
write it on note. That would totally work. Basically, until your doctor cures you of radiation poisoning, that you're under the effects and just looking a little sick out here in the wasteland. So, who is leading the party for another survival roll?
Oh yeah, totally. Even though my survival. Yeah,
It's
me no way.
Toaster totally realizing, totally fucking lost. But this is how we find places.
Yep. I'm going to use a story point.
Oh, okay. I will give you an upgrade for that.
I'd love to
Yay.
use my survival roll, but I really, out of character-wise, don't know where we're going, so it wouldn't make sense.
So I clicked the thing that said
Yep.
use story point, but the numbers didn't change.
It did.
So
Oh,
it
did
did.
it?
It's because I used a point earlier when you made your check. I spent one of my points already, so it's now back
Yeah, if
to
you look up.
what it should be is 1 and 3. So go ahead and make your
Yeah.
roll.
Okay, no problem.
As you totally
Hey.
realize, oh look, I recognize those mountains, and you guys get back on path. And as you do,
Right.
you kind of cross some tire marks of where a convoy once upon a time has taken this path, and you realize, aha, we're this way. We're only a day away from where we want to be. It was a good detour. You should have taken the shortcut, but it's a good detour. Is there anything you would like for that advantage?
I would. Oh, now, presumably the advantage revolves around. Presumably it would revolve around my knowledge. I'm just wondering whether there's some way that I can ease Harjat's condition. Do you see what I mean? Whether we could go via somewhere that I don't know might have a particular
totally know.
plant.
Yeah, there's a little shelter there. It totally used to be an old, sewer system, but it's concrete and it's sheltered and it's not radioactive. You totally basically for the night can go to a nice safe place where it's not warm and tingly like you enjoy. As if the doctor wanted to, the doctor could try to medicine away the radiation.
I would like to try, but I think that finding shelter for the night comes first.
Well, you could do it, once you guys are in shelter.
Yeah.
Then
I'll lead everyone to a shelter for the night.
Yeah.
Well, we do have one right away, but I don't know anything about being radiation sick to know that, hey, by the way, you might need a Radaway, so unless the doc says something.
I mean, the doc could always try
Um,
medicine first.
Or-
yeah, I'd rather try the medicine first than to go straight to Radaway because that's very useful in tight situations.
Yeah, just throwing it out in case
Okay.
people forgot.
Appreciate it.
You totally,
Let me know when you have the difficulty set.
So healing radiation poison is a hard check. Thankfully, Parjet's only got one level, so you only need one success. And I do have your pool ready as you totally open up a packet of iodine tabs and say these should have been taken before exposure, but take these anyway.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Wow.
Damn.
So,
Is that good or bad?
Dr. Bone
One
is
threat. Oh, one
That's
triumph.
right.
Okay.
yeah.
It's triumph.
So 2 successes, a
Yeah.
triumph, and 1 little threat.
Oh, well
You'll take
done.
1 little strain from the stress of having to heal radiation sickness, telling Parjet that you should not be out of the vault, but you're in the middle of the wastelands out of the vault. So 1 little strain, but your 2 successes totally heal Parjet of the radiation sickness. And what
Right.
would you like for the the triumph?
Yeah, I did get a triumph.
Oh,
Does
From
Parjet have any critical
a week.
injuries or anything?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I mean, I have a total
From where
suggestion to
are
throw out if you'd like, but if you have something better, go for it.
go ahead and make your suggestion because
I would say
I
whatever
was
super science you used, Parjet doesn't have to worry about
Mhm.
radiation sickness for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, that's better than my idea.
You had some super secret concoction in your med kit that you shot Parjet up with, and it's like, you should have immunity from radiation for at least 24 hours. Or you may turn
Yeah.
into a ghoul, one or the other.
Mm.
what?
The scientist.
Something that I picked up from our ghoul encounter.
Side effects may include as you're pumping in ghoul thyroid juice. Okay, so you guys have a good good night's rest. You know, you're in this
Yep.
big circular sewer tube of concrete that feels safe and secure. You see many people have scrawled graffiti here before. You know, other folks have left little fires and, you know, made little teeny rock piles, you know, out of pebbles.
Get our strain back since we're resting all night.
Yep, you guys get all your strain back and 1 more wound. Thankfully,
Oh,
the
hey.
Harvest Hallow folks packed you some picnic baskets.
Yeah,
Picnic.
Well, that's good of them. Picnic basket. Excellent.
Yeah, Yogi. Just as long as we don't run across Yogi and
Boo Boo.
Big
Boo Boo, yeah.
Hyena Boo Boo.
Because the 2 of them in a post-apocalyptic world, I don't know if I'd want to meet them.
Agreed.
Okay. Is there in this graffiti? Is there anything that would suggest like other settlements or anything that's useful to us in any way?
There is a little sign that points and it says Town of Dust Bowl. Commodities include basic supplies, ammo, and chems. And then there's another sign that points to Willow's Rest. Don't go there.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, like I say, I can't remember which one we were heading to. One of them.
And then
Willow's
in
Rest.
some horrible, like childlike scribbling is a sign that says Crater Town, Moody's only.
What?
And it
Moody's?
kind of points towards that shortcut you totally wanted to take your group and nobody wanted to go on.
Okay.
What's a mutant?
Whoever they
What's a
are,
mutant?
probably not.
Mutants,
And
right?
Oh,
since
Yeah.
mutie. Oh,
since our friend Toaster here is guiding us to the nearest community, which one of the two towns are you picking to go to? I'll give you the benefit of the choice there.
so it was what, Dufftown, was it?
Yeah.
Are you gonna head
Or
toward?
one from my, or was it one from my list?
It's one from your list. Yeah, I'm letting you pick which one of the two
Uh,
communities you wanted to head towards.
That
uh,
town sounds fun.
Actually,
Dust Bowl. Who
we
plays
have
the
a
game?
map from the diner, right?
Uh
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, do we see Dust Bowl on the map?
huh. Dust Bowl is not on that map. I
Okay.
mean, the problem it doesn't help is someone just pointed, drew on the concrete post an arrow,
Mhm.
and you're lacking a good reference point of this sewer grate on your map.
Okay.
But your
Um,
friend Toaster's convincing you. He totally knows where he's going.
yeah. I think originally we were heading to New Prosperity. I've got a sneaky feeling,
That's my
uh,
but
which was on my list. A well-maintained town in the ruins of a pre-war factory. Yeah,
oh,
yeah. Fex Hawk is the mayor. There might be issues with some raiders, that they're having problems with raiders. So it
I
sounds
mean,
like the kind of thing we
it's the
could.
wasteland. Everybody's got
Yeah,
problem with raiders.
yeah.
yeah, but it might be the kind of thing that we might be able to solve for them. So yeah, I think that's where I want to take them. New Prosperity was on my list.
Okay, so that night as you guys are camping out, what are you telling your teammates about New Prosperity?
Um, is good. Has lots of corrugated metal, and water and places to make things. And let everybody talk big, like you. And I'll talk to all the humans. They talk big, not talk little like Toaster.
I see. So civilized city.
And you can totally tell them you're about a day away.
Yes, yes. His day would be less if we took shortcut, but squishy.
Well, we're already past the shortcut, so.
Yes, squishy all gone. Good.
Hmm.
So what direction is it? Is it towards the sun in the morning or in the evening?
Away from sun, turn left that pile of skulls, like me said before.
Mm.
It's simple.
Away from sun in the morning or in the evening?
Yes, in morning, away from sun, turn left at skulls, keep going, near jagged metal things, then over ridge, avoid big pool, creature like alligator. Then there.
So
Simple.
away from sun, so west, then left, so south.
Write down in language. Yes, write down. Draw speaking.
And while you guys
Okay.
are having your little camp out, and Dr. Handy's doing the medicine, Parjet's feeling way better, hopped up on whatever you were juiced on.
Well done.
Seth and Toaster are
Mhm.
having this chat. Is anyone particularly vigilant right now? I wouldn't want to use the phrase on lookout, but I'll totally say, is anyone on lookout?
No, I think I'm wrapped up in whatever story I'm telling. So I think I'll leave it
I'm
up to the
observing. Yeah, I'm observing Parjeet for any side effects, so I don't think I'd be on watch.
So
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out exactly which way we're really trying to go based on his details.
Trying to hold
Yes,
this map in every
Isle of
direction.
Skull.
Show me on the map. Show me on the map where the skull touched you. Okay, so
Yes,
as
big part of Skull. It's not just Skull.
you guys are you're talking about your plans and getting into it, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, steps a pretty haggard gentleman in a haggard old trench coat. He looks filthy, he's got the goggles on, but the dust all around his face. And this old human kind of like immediately pulls his goggles up, and you can see he's wringing his hands because he's cold from the dark out there. And he says, can I share your fire? Oh, my name's Tom.
Come, Tom. I tell story about place. Come. And I'll usher him in.
He'll gladly come around the little tiny fire you guys got started. It's literally a tumbleweed that's burning.
This, my friend, this lady in dress, metal man, and man with hair.
Nice to meet you, folks. It's not nice out there today. It's a little on the nippy side. I'm glad I came by the culver here and found you guys had a fire started already. And he totally scooches up. You can see he's wearing some homespun armor, but nothing like tactical. He's got a
Hmm.
really crappy set of single shot pipe pistols on his little coat, and he is totally warming himself by your little fire, and does that at one point, looks at some of the food you guys had eaten, and does that subtle rub my mouth like, I'd love for you to offer me some food.
Mm-hmm.
And
So yeah, so
and
it's like, hey,
he
so,
nods and acknowledges each of you with the names Toaster has bequeathed upon you.
Which will probably
yeah,
change tomorrow.
yeah. Well, I'm like, oh, hey, Seth, boy, you're out here all by yourself. Kind of a rough, scary place.
Yeah, I'm from New Prosperity, but unfortunately, and you can see like pop the collar up to help warm him up, some more. You know, totally getting his cold hands on the fire. I I kind of had to leave town in a hurry, so I headed north, but unfortunately, the caravan driver that I was paying decided when I was relieving myself to relieve me of my belongings, if you know what I mean. And he kind of grimaces that he was played for a fool.
Mm.
Well, that's sad. Somebody take advantage of you. Well, here, have some food. You look to be hungry.
And he immediately looks up to Seth, and his eyes get that slight moist, about to cry for your generosity, as he says, mighty generous. And he quickly like snatches and you hear the spoon scraping on the plate. You know, he's just going
Oh,
to town eating the food.
we go to New Prosperity. Why you leave?
I pissed off one of my business associates, and I was told that it was probably in my best interest if I left New Prosperity. So I decided to catch the first caravan out of town, and I kind of chose poorly. If you get my drift, I used to work with Barter Bill. He runs some of the biggest trading areas out there, and Unfortunately, I made a deal that kind of got Bill kind of angry with me. So I was told by some of my friends that I should get out of prosperity while I can.
Well, can
Are
can
you
we?
guys heading to New Prosperity, or are you heading from? Because if you're heading from, I wouldn't mind going with you if you are.
No, we go there.
Oh, and
Can
he.
can we? Can we help? Can we make better your bad deal?
Oh, I don't think so. I was helping Professor Ellis out, getting some electronic parts since since she does the tinkering with the mechanical folks like your friend right there, and he totally points over to Dr. Handy. And unfortunately, the deal kind of put Bill on the south side, if you know what I mean, of a bargain. But
No,
I kind of owed Professor, some
it's,
help there.
supposed to not understand word you say. Do not know understand what south side is, but sounds like egg.
I guess if you guys are heading back to New Prosperity, it's better than being left out here in the wasteland. I mean, with nothing but my breeches and my two pipe pistols, the best investments ever. Because sadly, that bastard on the caravan took my rifle and all of my ammo. And
Mhm.
good thing I've got a few caps left. And the guy totally pats his pocket, and you hear the jingle jingle of some caps there. He's obviously a person who believes in the kindness of strangers, since he's eating your food and enjoying your fire.
Yep.
Is anyone suspicious?
No.
I
I'm
I
still preoccupied. I'm more concerned about the meds that I just administered.
Are you notating
Sadly, I'm.
possible side effects?
Yep.
Yeah. Sadly, my flaw is gullible. The character has a lot of trouble separating truth from fiction.
I mean, it could be he's
He's not
totally on the up
stupid. He
and
just
up. I mean, he's
sure.
definitely
I
not in
mean,
a
sounds all
position of
legit to
authority.
me.
As he just thanks you kindly for the food, and passes you back the plate, and he says, y'all okay if I curl up right there by close-ish to the fire in the wall so I can get a little warmth?
Sure, always safer in numbers.
And
Oh yes.
and you guys notice it takes like less than 2 minutes for him to curl up in his coat and try to get himself as bunkered down as he can, and he just like drifts off to sleep.
Hmm.
Very trusting fellow.
Yeah, yeah.
So, um, now that he's well fed and drifted off to sleep, so far it doesn't look like there are any side effects. So I'm going to give this guy a medicine check real fast.
Ooh,
You're gonna
go for
wake
it,
him up,
baby.
or you're just gonna observe
Nope.
him?
Oh no,
I am.
he's got
I'm
terrible
going
gonorrhea.
I'm going to observe him.
Okay.
I'm not going to try to wake him up, but if I can give a high level overview, um, see what kind of wounds he has, broken bones, disease,
I will
stuff like
add a
that.
black, since you're being careful not to disturb him and you're just doing the visual check. And he's all bundled up.
Does the med kit have a medical scanner in it?
It does not. You are the medical
Okay,
scanner.
got it. Okay, then I'll roll with what we got.
Okay. So it's 2 purple and a black. So you give him the
So
once
two
over
successes.
and
Yep.
2 threats. So immediately you're assessing him. He's got some bumps and bruises. He's got like 3 wounds worth of damage, but it looks like he was in a fist fight a few days ago. And
Hmm.
you're not seeing from the way he's sleeping like a little puppy with the leg twitching and everything. It doesn't seem that he's got any crippling blows on his body. But it does look like a few
Hmm.
days ago he was beaten up just enough time that the bruises or the dirt kind of blend in with each other. There's no pronounced purple. It's usually that darkish that the dirt around his face from being out there is, kind of concealing. But your keen medical eye totally picks up that he's been roughed up. Somebody, went fisticuffs with him at one point. And you notice his hands
Okay.
have no defensive wounds. So it looks like he may have just stood there and took it instead of dishing it back. For
Right.
your 2 threat is he screams like a girl when you abruptly are looking at him a little too closely, floating over him, as he's just like had this nightmare as he woke up and there's tentacle robot right over him, and he's just like and he totally apologizes for his little outburst as you scared him. He's like,
Hmm.
your robot friend kind of scared me.
He's Doc Candy. He's just making sure, or Doc Bones. He's just making sure you were okay, and if you needed any care.
Oh, sorry. Those mechanical pincers he's got look real intimidating.
Hmm.
He was just looking to see how you were, and if we could help you out, and if you were injured.
Oh, that's okay. I took a couple blows to the chin when Barter Bill and his companions had to have a conversation with me. But other than that, I'm mighty good. So is it morning time? And he totally peeks out of the culver's edge, trying to change the subject after he just said something he didn't want to say, and realizes it's still nighttime-ish, and he's just like, uh, so and he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a little twig that apparently he had, and he throws that on your little tiny campfire to make it bigger. Air quote, bigger.
Um, maybe no more probing for little man.
That might be a good idea.
It's a dry climate. Anyway, go to sleeping now. Well done, little man. I'll go sleep.
So is anyone staying up on watch, by the way?
I'll
I
take.
will.
I was gonna say I'll take watch for part of the time.
Yeah. Since you're staying up on watch, with me, I'm gonna let you know that it's true that this guy was beaten up, but I don't think this guy defended himself.
Hmm.
It could be a situation where maybe he took the beating to make himself look more pitiable.
Ooh, Dr. Bones is vicious.
I just might have been outnumbered, and there was just no way to fight
Are
back.
you are you saying so that Parijat also can hear?
Are you awake with us?
I think yes, because I'm a little bit cautious about this stranger.
Then yes, this would be a quiet it's not a private conversation. It's just a quiet conversation because I don't want our new friend to hear what I'm talking about.
Totally sensible.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that this guy may be a spy. Probably Romulan.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
That,
Well, spy. I can't even imagine what he would be spying on. We have nothing to spy on.
Yeah, but he may have seen our fire, come to investigate, figure out what valuables we may have had, um, so he can communicate to his friends to get the jump on us.
Of the
New
suspicion.
paradise? I mean, Toaster said it's a great place. Why would people be like that?
Toaster also said the shortcut was through the crater.
Nah, anyway, get turned around.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe let's take turns on guard.
Yeah.
No, night watch. All right.
Yeah.
Wake me up
just-
when you're.
I'm just
Well,
wondering how trustworthy this guy really is.
Well, he seems passed out for now, so we'll keep an eye on him, but I don't see any problems at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
I'll take first watch if Doc Candy, since you kind of robot, take night watch or mid watch, and then Prajit can take morning watch. How's that?
all right.
Sounds good.
Keep weapon ready, just in case. All right.
Hmm.
In fact, the
I'm just
wasteland has
snoring.
finally
I
made
think
you
I'm snoring
paranoid.
away.
Toaster's just snoring, and Tom is totally creeping closer to Toaster's leg, sucking up the body warmth.
At least if that's the only thing he's stuck in.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, exactly. Don't come here for that kind of game. Wild.
Things just went really meta.
Sucking out the poison. What poison? Nobody said anything about poison.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I got first watch.
Okay,
Well,
so
you
who's
do
on
watch it.
who's on first watch? Go ahead and roll me your
I
perception
am.
or vigilance. I'll take either or.
Ready?
Sorry, who's on?
Ready?
Okay, first watch is fine. You're pretty vigilant. You're a little paranoid about your sleeping friend, but he
Well done.
seems to be sleeping well. You have no problems. You roll over, wake up next watch. Go ahead and give me your roll.
Okay. Let's see. Well, it doesn't make a difference. I got 2 green. So I'm going to go with vigilance. Actually, what's the difference between the two?
So perception is
So
seeing and hearing things. Vigilance is not being, not being surprised. So you see it coming before
that's
it
your
Okay.
passive,
happens.
like
Then it would be perception. Let me know when you're ready.
Go for it. It's the
perception is your
same.
active looking, watching versus
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
gut, like, hey, I sense something weird.
Yeah. Yeah, perception. Oh no.
Okay.
One advantage.
So,
Oh no!
so at some point in the night, there's a pack of dogs in the distance that seem to be, wild dogs that seem to be getting close and, yapping. And you are oblivious to this, staring at the fire and staring at the sleeping form before you of Sleepy Tom, as we will now call him, because you just think this is a trick. You've been convinced by
Right.
Parjet that this person is a spy. So there's a little paranoia
Yeah.
that you're more concerned about the wolf in the party's group, but everything is fine
He's a
during your
Romulan.
watch, as there's
Hmm.
some barky doggy noises in the distance. And I say that merely because a dog got into the office here and is now next to me, wagging her tail.
Mm,
As third
It's a
watch
trick.
comes up,
It's a trick.
go ahead and roll your perception or vigilance as everybody starts to rouse and
So
wake up with the
who
sun.
is third? Is it me?
Yeah, your last
If you're
Yep.
going
watch,
to be
yeah.
on last watch,
Yeah.
as the fire has
So it's
burned out,
vigilance.
but the sun is glowing in the east. And you totally notice there's a wild dog pack out there, but it's keeping its distance. It's not even getting close enough to be seen, really. It's just heard the distance. the yappy dogs that give you 2 strain, as it's time to wake everybody up and head off to new prosperity. So I will say let's take a quick 5-minute break, mainly because I have to get the doggy out of the office and give me a beverage. And let's take a quick break.
All right.
A quick break. Yeah,
Okay.
good call.
See you in 5.
Sip it if you
Mhm.
got it.
All right.
Mhm.
Ah. Mm. Mm.
Really? Okay.
Don't know about y'all, but I'm back.
Yep,
Oh,
Welcome back.
I'm here.
I've scored me some Pop-Tart, so you may hear me going. Nom, 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 nom. If anyone asks, it's totally just the mole rats.
Third, yeah.
Did you test it with a Geiger counter?
It's in Mylar foil, so it should be safe from the radiation.
Yeah, that's it.
I didn't even know Pop Tarts were still a thing.
What? Yeah, they're all over in the States anyway.
Really?
But one notice, you can never tell what that foil is made from. Maybe from some nuclear reactor.
Maybe.
I wonder what their lifespan is compared to, say, Twinkies.
Of course, that depends if
Now,
it's
did
the
you
OG
toast them, or are you
Twinkie,
just eating them straight up?
straight out of the package.
Yeah, I don't think I've only toasted once or twice. I've never been a big toasting my Pop-Tart.
In a
But
pinch,
isn't
the
that why it's
king.
called a Pop Tart?
I was gonna say, in a pinch, you can always put them in the microwave for 20 seconds. Out of the foil.
20 seconds seems long.
What's in it? What's in it or on it?
This one is
Yeah, what
the
did you get?
fudge Pop-Tart.
Yeah. Cherry, cinnamon are my two favorites, probably.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
What do you think, Genesys?
Doesn't the microwave increase the radiation level?
I'm sure it does. It mutates the Pop-Tart's
Better luck.
chromosomes.
But it's in foil, so it doesn't have any radiation to start with, so you're all good.
Well, I'm always checking my foils for radiation before I use them.
There you go.
Before you use it as a hat.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Welcome back. Free hat and every roll of tinfoil.
Nice.
Where'd you find that offer?
Free hat
It's
and
just
cardboard tube.
unknown.
Interesting.
Ooh, snickerdoodle tart. Yum.
Ooh, snickerdoodle.
I haven't had one of those.
Delicious, yummy cinnamon flavor.
I do like the frosted cinnamon. Yeah. Pardon me.
So now that everyone's back and the sun is
Yes.
starting
Go.
to crest the sky, the mole rats are burrowing, the horrible red roaches are flying in their little flocks to get out of the daylight. You guys wake up, everyone does their morning stretches, and then you head towards New Prosperity, which on the plus side, when you get close, you start seeing the occasional wheelbarrow caravan of people heading to town with various found
What happened?
things to trade.
What happened to that guy?
Sleepy Tom is totally hanging out with you guys. And as he's giving you the little bit of skinny, because obviously your friend Toaster hasn't said much about town, but he's like, so some of the big folks in town are Barter Bill. He controls the shopping area. He's kind of like the go-to guy if you want to look for stuff, especially strange oddities and pre-war trinkets. Then, if you're lucky, I think Mara, she's a traveling merchant who has, supposedly connections with hidden vaults and other treasure places. So, Mara, she could totally help you, especially if you're not working with Barter Bill, because the two of them really don't like each other. Rumor is Mara used to be Barter Bill's ex, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. And yes, he says wink,
Like
wink.
on treasure map. X mark spot on treasure map. Yeah.
and he
Hey,
totally just
didn't
makes a
didn't
mark at a random spot.
hey, didn't you say you want to keep away from this place?
Well, I mean, if you need to trade Barter Bill, you're going to have to go to his market because he kind of runs the entire market area. But as long as y'all aren't seen in my presence, you should be okay.
How
Ah,
how we make your bad time better?
oh,
Can, can we
yeah.
make you make friends again?
The only way I could do that is if I brought something to Barter Bill that was, of more valuable than the parts that I gave to Professor Ellis.
What,
You
what you
you
want?
go ahead.
No, what you want to give him? We find.
Oh, well, I was just, wanting to get out of town. I wasn't like wanting to do like any treasure seeking or anything. And, I could only assume if I found something of value that Barter Bill would, make amends for the capacitors that I gave to Professor Ellis. I mean, Professor
No,
Ellis, you may want
no,
to. Sorry, go ahead.
yes, no. Toaster not know what capacitor is, but Toaster has beer. Barter Bill like beer.
Oh, I think Barter Bill would definitely trade for some beer.
Is worth capacitor. Yes.
Nah, I don't know about that, but what kind of beer is it? As he's totally curious about what you
So
got.
I'll show him. It's like a big bag of what was it? About 20 beers, was it? 20
Yep, 20,
Something like
irradiated
that.
beers.
20 irradiated cans of beer.
Yeah, something like that.
Right? He's like, huh? As Seth's garter counter totally goes tick 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 tick.
22. Yeah, I don't know, where did we get them from? The bad guys in that
Yep.
harvest thing, was it?
In
I think
Harvest
from that
Hollow.
Harvest Town, yeah.
Yeah.
As he's just like, I might be able to barter those beers for some items that could be swapped for the capacitors. How good are you at negotiating?
Um,
You have in fact found his one skill set, which is negotiation and bartering.
uh, those are good at negotiating, and I'll pick up 2 rocks, and I'll say, I rock, yes, I too rock, and then I'll put them together like they're kissing. It is negotiated. So I clearly
And
haven't got experience.
he looks at the rest of you guys, and just goes, "Uh-huh, you're great at negotiation, big guy."
I cringe.
Yeah, excellent, good call, good call.
There's no
Uh,
inward on that cringe.
no, so yeah, that's that. Yes,
I mean, are you serious about helping me out and offering those beers as barter?
is Toaster's stuff. Toaster will do what like, and I'll just hand him the bag. I'll just hand him the bag, and just
You hand him the bag of beer cans, and he's like, "Oops." He's like, "Toaster, you are saving my life, sir. Sir Toaster, thank you very much." And he gives you the bro hug. He starts with the handshake with your big mitt, taking his little hand, and tries to give you the shoulder pat that only comes up to about, mid ribs.
yeah, that's it. Very good. Make good deal. Let Toaster know. Don't die.
And he
Don't
totally
die.
does.
And I'll point.
He picks up the sack and does the Santa Claus swing around his back because you hear the cans clinking together. We're going to have a great time in New Prosperity.
Indeed.
No, look at the others. Right. Where now?
Well,
Eh,
we're still here to get that power cell, right?
Here or to the whatchamacallit.
Well,
Um,
let's
for Vault
investigate here
74.
and see.
yeah.
Let's
No,
investigate
74 is
here.
ours, right? Yeah. No. See if we can acquire one here. That makes it easier.
Well, if we can't acquire one here, at least let's see if we can pull up an updated map to the vault, and maybe there's some rumors. Just do some intel, figure out what we can about where we're going. Yeah, assuming that we can't find what we need here.
And do you
Sure.
guys say anything about you guys being vault dwellers around Tom?
Oh,
I don't know that I'd say anything specifically about it. I mean, I do have a vault suit on, but
I'm painted up in vault colors.
You mean with a fresh paint
I
job?
have the handy the Mr. Handy variant of the vault armor.
you came out of the vault as well, didn't you, Parajet?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't remember. I must admit.
I've slept since then. I think you did. I think you guys are all vault dwellers, aren't you?
yeah, vault jumpsuit. Yeah, I got a vault jumpsuit and actually armored clothing. So I mean,
So
it's,
So
yeah,
we
it's
need
not
to.
at one
not
point
like we're
he is.
hidden that what we are.
Mm, so at one point before you hit the town, he does look at you guys and say, "Forgot to ask, where are you guys all from?" Tom seems to be a really nice guy.
Uh,
Yeah, pull down the back of the
what was
jacket. It's like
the vault number of ours?
For you guys, you are from Vault 26.
20 what? 26.
Hmm.
So I just said 26.
And his eyes get all big and, teeth plate silverish. Y'all are from the vault? Even you, Toaster?
oh, we met Toaster on the road. He's been
Oh,
wonderful, friendly, and
no,
helpful.
no, me not from Hole in Ground. Me from big shining city. Lots of electrical appliance.
As he's like, wow, 3 vault dwellers. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, yeah. I came from New Prosperity myself. That's where my mom and pa met and made me. But I wouldn't brag about being from a vault as much as you should here. I mean, you guys, are you like the last survivors of your vault?
No,
No, if we manage to find the gadget for our, what was it? I forget what we were looking for. Sorry, I'm spaced out lately.
oh
Well,
no,
what is it y'all are looking for?
magic hat.
No, not you.
Magic hat. Make
Power,
Toaster smart.
Magic
yeah, no
hat.
power. We're looking for power cell, right? Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's what you're actually looking at.
yeah. We're looking for a power cell for our vault.
Power cell, those are mighty expensive. You can you can use those for them League of Steel power suit that them militant types walk around using.
Really? Huh.
And
Oh,
remember, you do have a broken power cell, unless somebody threw it on the side of the road.
Yeah.
No, we still have it.
This way you can whip it out and say, "We need one of these," and have the Una Alma.
Yep.
So,
Think,
Toaster,
think somebody here might have one?
I mean, honestly, if anybody would have it, it would probably be Mara or Barter Bill. That'd be the two that you want to talk to. I mean, Professor Ellis, and he like ponders and thinks. He's like, she does all kinds of robotics stuff. I mean, she may in fact have one of those that you need.
It's good.
In luck.
we should talk to both of them, maybe.
So, none of y'all been to New Prosperity before?
Yes, I came a long time ago.
Okay,
Was different though.
so
Less-
you know
less
how the
good.
town works. Then yeah, I'm assuming you told your friends here about the watch and everything they need to know about just making sure they don't get into no trouble.
No.
What?
What? No, they were dogs. Last time. Here, 8 dog was nice.
Yeah, they do
And
have
what?
dog at the markets. So the watch here, the local militia led by Alistair Grant. He's some kind of there's rumors he may have been from some group back east that military or maybe the League of Steel. There's all kinds of different rumors of who he used to work with, but he done came out here and he now runs the militia out here and keeps things happy. He makes sure that he put out basic rules that you don't steal, you don't kill people, and you don't ruin resources for the town. So you don't break buildings or do nothing stupid like that because Captain Alistair kind of believes that if as he says the rising seas raise all ships. I don't know what that means, but he says this often. That we
Seas? What
either
is it?
live or die as a
What is
group.
seas?
Yeah, I
What is
don't know
seas?
what he's talking about when he says that. I mean, I'm assuming that when you say something sees, you see it with your eyes. So rising your eyes up towards the sky kind of is a thing. So I guess that's kind of a thing. But just you'll recognize the watch members. They're the ones that are using most of that camouflage color. So if you see them with the green or the tan, that's members of the watch. They all kind of wear the old world colors of the militaries. I think they just found a bunch of old outfits and they wear them just because it makes them look all professional and stuff.
Worried Toaster. I thought I could not see them. They would be invisible.
So Toaster, you said you've been to New Prosperity before. Are you one? You're one of the. I mean, I know you're one of the good ones, but most mutants aren't allowed in town. Are you still okay coming into town?
They don't know. Hope so. Toaster's good.
Well, I mean, unless you burnt something down on your way out of town, you should be accepted. Okay.
It's a long time ago. I'm sure they would have forgotten about dogs.
Well, I'm sure there's enough wild dogs out here that you'll be able to find some dog kebabs when we get to town.
Oh no, it was dog, had name and faith, was very, very dear to someone, but was only small, would not be missed.
And when Toaster says that, he kind of cringes. You ate someone's dog?
I'd say, long time ago.
Mm. So,
Mr.
Penny.
Yappy. That was it. Name was Mr. Yappy. Small dog.
And he just looks at the two of Seth and Parjet, and just says, "Make sure you vouch for Toaster here if anyone asks."
He's been stand up so far.
So and you guys, you come over a hill and you see this ramshack town. It's got a wall fortified put up. And by fortified, I mean they've taken like sheet metal and tin and roofing tin and made this circular surrounding of about this good quarter mile of a sized town. It's a big, big settlement. Got a couple little settlements outside the wall, but most of them seem to be inside the wall. You see that there's lots and lots of in the middle of town. It looks like an open market with lots of covering tarps and covering stretched sheets to provide shade in there. Got a real Roman-esque market look.
Oh. How big is it? How many people do I think it holds?
You think there's probably about 200 people. It's pretty bustling.
Okay. Okay.
And you see parked outside the wall to the east, there's a big entrance, but there's a lot of vehicles parked outside. Looks like some, RV type vehicles, some rigged up diesel vehicles out there. You guys immediately see cars, and you Vault dwellers are in awe because you're like, Carlos, that's what we need. We need a vehicle like in like every vid we've watched. Vehicles get you there faster than walking.
Heck yeah. I have to see if we can get one of them too.
And you totally one of the things you notice is that there is a like obvious caravan where they've literally circled the wagons with their Winnebagos.
Mm-hmm.
You mean
And
you mean those exploding cars, which I have seen on
from
all
all
the
the action
cartoons.
movies, you like touch a car and it explodes in an action movie. And Sleepy Tom turns around to you guys.
Then it turns around on the road turn and the lights fire up and then explodes and everybody's dead.
Yeah,
I
and
really think we need that.
when you say that, he's just like, I don't know what kind of cars you've been around, but most of these are pretty bullet wounded and still driving okay. I
Seems
mean,
good. Not always blow up. Some blow up, not all. But they are very small. Not fit toaster. Special seat for toaster.
he's just like, that's right, Toaster. So welcome, and he turns around and flares his coat out and says, "Welcome to New Prosperity. Let's go get some shit." He picks up his sack and throws it over his shoulder with his beers clinking together.
Excellent.
As you guys get closer, you see there's the occasional straggler also walking into town, and there's some guards. They totally have desert camouflage on, like Gulf War era looking stuff.
Uh-huh.
They've got
Mhm.
their little assault rifles there, their little goggles on, and they're kind of like nodding to each group that comes by. And one of the guys immediately does this, like circles his finger in the air hand sign and walks over to you guys and says, "Toaster, it's good to see you, buddy."
Ah, yes, little man. I forget name.
And he totally points to his lapel where it clearly says Jacob.
Yes, little Jacob. I remember now.
And
And I'll whisper to him conspiratorially. You have got Rash has gone now. Yes.
And he just smiles and he says, "Yeah, about that. Yeah, everything should be good. Just remember,
Yes.
only if you're buying from the food vendors should you be eating dog."
Yes. Yes. Mistakes were made. Was a long time ago, though nobody will remember. And I'll kind of wave my hand like a Jedi.
As he totally pats you in the arm and says, "Nobody remember. Just remember, no eating dogs that have names."
Yes. No name dog. Yes. Right.
And he
No.
looks at your friend, says, "Sleepy Tom is totally standing in your shadow, by the way." So,
Right.
who's your new friends?
This is Man with Hair, Sleepy Tom, Lady in Dress, Metal Man. They are good. From Holding Ground.
And when you say holding ground, he kind of gives a little interested like eyebrow perk. As he mostly missed the gesture. He's just like, "All right, hole in the ground town." Now, you got a few things you got to remember here.
Wow.
Toaster, did you tell him the rules?
No, but Sleepy Tom did.
And as you reference Sleepy Tom again,
stealing,
he's hiding
no
behind
breaking. No stealing, no breaking, no killing, no eating dog with name or face.
And
Seems simple enough.
He gestures behind you and says, "Hey, Tom, I thought you were leaving town for good." And he's just like, "I'm not here. Don't tell Bill I'm here." He's like, "Hey, unless there's something in it for me, I ain't gonna tell Bill nothing." And your big friend here's right is keep your noses clean. Don't tear up town. Don't kill nobody. Don't eat dogs with names. And as he looks right up at Toaster. And just make sure that what you leave town with, you properly own, or we'll come looking for you. The captain doesn't buy thieves, murderers, or arsonists. Those three crimes will get you shot in town.
I look really disappointed when he says arsonists.
We ain't got enough buildings here in town to afford rebuilding a building. So welcome to New Prosperity.
Well, we mean no trouble here.
If you need to charge your robot friend there, you might want to go talk to the professor. She runs the little robot shop out there where she's got electricity, so she could help you out with that. And we've got many things to offer folks that are new in town.
Oh,
Nice.
does the professor charge power still?
I mean, that
need
you'd have
one.
to talk to the professor. I mean, I don't know about what Bill's swapping out in the market or what the professor has in her shops. My job is to make sure nobody breaks the rules, everybody behaves, and we all live another day. Because you got a choice.
That's easy to promise.
You can
I
be
guess.
inside the walls or outside the walls. I do not recommend living outside the walls. At least once a week, we got
It's
raiders
a little
coming
rough
through
out
here.
there.
All right.
And if any of y'all are of the spiritual sorts, every Tuesday and Sunday over at the chapel, you've got Father Martin holding his radiant chapel service for those that believe. I ain't into that religion, but you might want to meet him. If in your sorts are, I don't know what kind of church you got in hole in the ground town.
I don't know either. May not been there.
And he kind of like he gets back in his position and he does a little circle gesture for the guy that was covering his post to back off and let him take his post back. as he says, enjoy new prosperity. And I'm sure whatever you got on you, there's somebody willing to trade something, whether it's skills, tools, or weapons there. As he looks at Dr. Bones, thinking he's a weapon of mass destruction.
He's doctor. I will point to him. He's doctor. He's good doctor. No patient dies.
Well,
Yes.
if that's the case, then he'll be duly wanted in town, since we've only got one other doctor. And we're not quite sure what kind of doctor he is. As a cat jumps
Oh.
by, and the guard totally tells you that don't eat cats either. Captain's a big fan of cats because he likes the fact that they eat those mole rats. We got a bad mole rat problem here in town.
Mole rat.
Oh.
Huh?
It's the one thing we can't keep out of the wall, out with the wall.
What is a mole rat? Forgive my ignorance. What is that? It's like a
Basically, it's
literally
a
one of
dog-sized rodent that burrows in the ground. It's got like gopher face.
right. Okay.
Yeah, ugly, radiated critter. I mean, the real thing, there is actually a naked mole rat, which is a real
Yeah.
thing. But
Who doesn't know mole rats? Only those who haven't played any Fallout.
That would be me.
That would be a
and me.
score.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, yes. Isn't there a cartoon with a guy that's got a mole rat
There's
companion?
totally, God, what is it called again? Like, it's the chick spy thing, I think, where they have like a mole rat as their
I get
companion.
you, like a big horrible thing. Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Are mole rats eatable?
They're totally edible. Everything in Fallout is technically edible.
yeah, I was going to say technically edible, yes.
Just remember, in Fallout, when they offer you iguana kebab, have you seen any iguanas around? There's totally a quest in Fallout where you find out the iguana kebabs are not, in fact, iguana.
Oh, nice.
You find out they're beef.
There's your mole rat. And
Oh, yeah, I
Discord.
see him. Yeah, I see him.
I was going to say, did you put it in the Discord chat?
Yeah.
Nice. Lovely.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, barbecued usually is best, I think.
When in doubt, barbecue is always best.
Yeah.
Carcinogens equal flavor. So as you guys head into New Prosperity, you have, a feeling of joy that there's civilization. This is the most people you've seen in one open space. Folks look safe, secure. People are, you see children running around, which is, like a great thing. You
like
see
people, but smaller.
You see a couple electric wires zipping back and forth across town, lighting up lights. There's signs of civilization here. You guys have this awe-filled moment as you guys look around, take in New Prosperity. You totally see that like one of the militia guys is totally ejecting somebody from town, saying, "Nope, you're not allowed back. You broke the laws," and rifle butts the guy in the face, and he goes scurrying off. As you look back and you hear the market bustling with people selling stuff, that's a good place to wrap it up there.
Ah, yes, as we kind of make our way through town, Conan the Barbarian, like
Seeing all the
creatures out
oddities.
the way. Yeah.
Totally see
Love
the
it.
one guy
Really
selling,
nice.
dog kebabs. Ironically, down there, some cat is eating the meat off the stick.
God. Yummy.
Oh, love it. Love
As
it.
there's
Love a
many
good.
big signs that say the open market, arrows. The factories, arrows. The professor, arrow.
Oh,
Interesting.
we got lots of options then.
Yes.
We should totally
Either.
explore that next time.
I mean, not that we have a whole lot of caps to work with, but that's okay.
And you
No,
totally
but
see
we
a
got.
big sign that says Flop House. Rent a cot, one night, one cap.
Hey, that's a gonga deal. You
That's the
got enough
economy
at least for a
sleeping.
room.
It's like sleeping at the Y. Large sheltered place with a
Or
cot. Keep your stuff close.
or the youth hospital, you mean?
Or the hostel.
Yeah.
Now the question is,
Yeah.
what are you guys interested in doing next time? Because we're out of holidays for a while.
Yeah, I think. Well, I think we probably want to try and push this plot, the main kind of plot along, don't we? Really, in terms of, I would have thought regenning your power supply, whether that's replacing it or repairing it or doing something. I would have thought, unless you guys disagree.
I do not disagree.
Well, yeah. So we had a broken power core with us.
You have the one broken power core with you. Yep.
Yep. Okay. Well, the option could be not instead of buying one, repairing one. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know what the actual circumstance of that might be. It might be that there might be one somewhere else.
Can't we do both? Try to repair this one and get yet another to make sure there is some reserve.
It depends on cost, obviously.
Mm.
I mean, that's going to be the biggest part is cost. So.
Well, let's find out how much does it cost, and maybe we can manage.
Yeah, work out
Okay.
the deal. But I'm just throwing out options. We have buying, repairing. If we can get both, then
And what did the other guy say about who to see? Was it Professor about maybe looking at that power core?
Yeah, the professor, you think from what you heard from Sleepy Tom and the militia guy, that if you're looking to repair the power core, you probably want to talk to the professor in regards to that. If you're wanting to purchase one of the two merchant heads basically would be the ones to talk to. Because it definitely sounds
Well, I
like
think that
Professor Ellis is the one that you want for repairs or mechanics stuff.
yeah.
And then you've got
okay.
Mara, who's a traveling merchant, or Barter Bill, who's the kingpin of the market.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like Barter Bill someone that we want to approach right away. I think that approaching the doctor or the traveling merchant first would be the better idea. But that's just my thoughts.
That's totally sensible. And it gives me an idea of what I have to have prepared for you next time.
Okay, good call. Yep, no problem. Yeah, I think there's a direction we want to. Let's just remember that and not do something completely left field and then throw Jim out.
Hey, that's the risk he takes being a GM.
we did have some random holidays that had to have some holiday inspired shenanigans involved. So,
yeah,
we've got those out of the way till at least February.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's next
no
month.
Problem. Okay. Oh, no, it's on us so soon.
We're going to have a love story involved.
Even better.
Ooh. Then we find out that there's going to be a love triangle.
Yes, that's it.
Only a triangle. Pentagram.
A triangle. Yes.
Wow, pentagram.
The loved
If
dodecahedra.
Fallout, should we risk a pentagram?
Yeah, true. Yeah. Going to be between, poster, a robot, and a dog. Good.
That does not sound safe.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't sound why I come here at all.
As long as
That's
there's consent.
it. Yes. Yes. Bark once for yes, twice for no.
It simply means roll for initiative.
Good. The power tool.
I
Writing
love
that
how
down.
I can practically hear you writing that in your notes to remember for next time.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I am. I try and keep notes. Maybe not quite as thorough as they were for City of Mist. I'm using Obsidian actually, which I found really good. I don't know whether anybody else uses that.
Obsidian.
It's like it's a desktop app that you can get on your mobile device as well, but it kind of creates. It's a bit like OneNote, but a bit more simple, and so it kind of creates hyperlinks between pages. So I've used it for planning a couple of role-playing games actually, and it works really well. So you just start a page and call it, I don't know, the magic crystal, and then if you reference like an NPC or something, you can put hard brackets around it, and then it will create a page for that person or whatever, and they're all listed down the left. I found it really good actually. Surprised.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, Obsidian, yeah, it's just like, and its symbol is like a little piece of purple kind of rock, like it's been, chipped away, like like an old school Stone Age tool, like a little.
Maybe
I have not used it in a long time, but I definitely recommend it.
Maybe you could give us some links on Discord.
Yeah, I can find something. Yeah, it's good. And there's loads of there's loads of YouTube stuff about how to use it.
And this is a free service.
Yeah. It just sits on one machine. But I think you have to pay if you want it to kind of transfer across stuff, or you want to share it with anybody else. I think you can, like Teams, you can link up with other people. But I mean, it's text based as well, so it actually keeps its kind of files in the notepad section of your PC. And so if you want to transfer them to another one, you just kind of offload the notepad and load it up to something else. Surprisingly good. And it's
like OneNote. I use OneNote at work all the time, so
yeah.
I've been trying to figure out how to use World Anvil.
I looked at that as well. Yeah.
It seems a lot more complicated.
It's crunchy, but it is a cool tool.
Yeah, I get the impression it's complicated, but very good, powerful, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nice.
I have a few writer friends that are actually using World Anvil now for their novels, and I'm like, hey, that's a great tool to use. Mainly that way they can use the search function for following up on stuff like, okay, I wrote this, I need to keep track of where things are in the story or where things were left off in the story.
Yeah. I started a D&D 2024 campaign, and I had my players essentially give me so much input that they built out the world.
Nice.
But my notes are just spread all over the place, and I really do need an organizer.
Yeah, I mean, I'd recommend that. I'd recommend it. It's simple. I've just put a link on the Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, Obsidian is also for Linux available.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It says so.
Yeah, cool. I think so. And I don't use half the features of it, but I found in terms of planning some stuff or running something quickly, if you just need to look up an NPC's stats or just their background quickly or something like that, literally click on the link and then go back to what you were doing. You know, it's good.
Right.
Anyway.
Okay. I'll take a look into it.
Do. Yeah, and there's plenty of YouTube stuff about it. That's how I got my hand in. Saves you having Word documents all over the place and whatever else.
Oh, but that's so much fun.
I know. Yeah.
Grabbing all those pieces
Good.
of paper and go, where are my notes? I wrote some notes about this.
Where are my notes? What did I call it? Yeah, that's right. What did I call it quickly? Right. Okay. We don't have another date yet, do we? Did we talk about another date?
We have not talked about
Not
dates
yet.
yet.
I
was going to say is pull up the calendar. Anybody have a preference between the 15th and the 22nd? Any preference? I'll throw those two dates out there.
I can't do the 22nd.
Okay, so how about the 15th? Everybody good with that? At least for
Yeah,
the
I
moment.
think so. I'll have to.
February what?
But I can take my laptop with me, no problem.
22nd, you said?
The 14th.
15th.
Sorry, 15th. As I was just looking and seeing that Valentine's Day.
Yeah, 15th's not good.
Yeah.
No.
Nah, sadly.
Well, we've essentially got the 1st, the 8th. I can't do the 1st of March because I'm running a game.
Yeah, 1st, 8th, or 22nd works best for me. Either one of those three.
Shall we say the 20th? We can't do the. Somebody said no to the 22nd.
I can't do the 22nd. Sorry, man. Yeah, I'm working.
8th?
8th is good.
I don't think I can do the 8th.
The greatest
sorry,
enemy of RPGs.
I just. Yeah, I got into a new group. They're playing Savage World.
Oh, cool!
Nice.
And let's see here. Our last game session was last week, and our next game session's the 25th, which means that the game after that would definitely fall on the 8th.
On the 8th.
So the 1st, the 15th would be best for me.
By the way, what game did you play on Savage World? Was it a pre-written adventure or something from the scratch?
Deadlands.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have had a short campaign of East Texas University module.
Ooh, ESU.
And it's very nice experience.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of East Texas University, but the other guys in the group, I think they're still in college. So they didn't want to role play what they're already doing in real life.
Oh, really?
Nah.
It's too close to home there.
Unless
so the first work,
they could settle things with their professors inside the game.
Entirely possible.
Some witch professor like that.
I'm going to vilify you in a game that you are an evil creature in this game.
So the first work for everybody then, or?
What did we say? The 1st. How's that for you, Jim?
The 1st would work really well for me.
Yeah, the 1st will work for me if you want to go for that.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, we shall mark it on the calendar as February 1st.
I look forward.
Très bien.
Whoa! Hang on with your multilingual
language.
Language. Alrighty, guys.
All right.
Well done. Good call.
You in
well done, everyone.
2 weeks. I mean, what are we going to do? Meeting each other that quickly?
I know.
What's going on?
One last question for me, if I will.
Yes.
Uh, Do you remember? I think I wrote an offer to try out generating some stuff for an upcoming session through Fiasco, the
Oh,
most
yes.
yeah.
hilariously laughable role playing game of all.
Yeah.
Mhm,
So,
it's
would you be
ridiculous.
interested? Would you be interested? I
I've
I
never
pro
I've never played Fiasco before.
No, me neither.
so that's one more reason to try it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I
it's super quick and easy to pick up.
First
Okay.
of all, it's a one shot, no prep, GM-less, and I will teach you the rules in 5 minutes while playing, and I promise you will be laugh your asses off in this game.
I don't
'Cause
know. I
hilarity will
kind of need
ensue.
my ass.
Yeah.
And my
Wow.
my old dream is to try to use a session of Fiasco for creating a bunch of juicy villain NPCs for upcoming regular
Oh,
campaign
cool. What
session.
a good idea. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I also believe everyone will have very personal relationship with those assholes.
Make a bunch of
Because
NPCs that everyone will have something they care about in them.
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah. We
So
just
Okay.
so
we could hate, man.
you just think about when we could do it.
Okay.
It
Okay.
requires it can be played very fast. I have managed to run a session in a kind of 80 minutes, but be warned that it requires some kind of warm up, and the real fun starts only after the second hour is going on.
The second act, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
I'm
stick
game.
something on the messenger and
Yeah, I
we
would
can discuss.
definitely say throw out schedule options on the messenger and see what clicks, because apparently
yeah.
we've just discovered our schedule from February sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Good.
Thank
Good
you,
call,
everybody.
man. Yeah, that'd be great.
Not a problem.
Lovely.
Yep. Thanks.
Okay.
Awesome sauce.
Talk to
Right.
y'all
Well done,
later.
everyone. Well done.
Take
Well
care.
done. Meow meow.
All right.
Okay.
Later,
Bye.
guys.
Bye bye.